Yep, this is a video of the double spike, and the spikes in question will be these things. Now, these are strips of mild steel, and I got them from when I salvaged an old wooden ladder to make a mirror frame. I'm probably being a real clever dick now, and I'm showing you the bits of where I cut the ladder up over a year ago. Oh, the magic of editing, eh? It's amazing. Anyway, as you can see, that's where I got these metal rods from, and you're back in the room. Here they are. Now, there's two projects I need to make that involve these, so I thought I might as well do it in one video. First thing is one of those, used to see them in offices years and years and years ago. You probably still get them now, who knows, where you have a block and a spike sticking up, and everybody used to stick all their receipts on top of it. It's like an office spike doodah thing, whatever you call that. Fair, my wife needs one of those, so I'm going to use one for that, and another one is to make a Braddle. What the feck is a Braddle? This is an old Braddle. I call it Braddle. It's in the UK. Other countries have different names. This was my dad's. It's a bit old and weary now, and it's for marking out where you might need to put a screw or something like that. It's to do like a mark to do that. This is a bit worn, so I'm going to use the second one of these to make a Braddle. Now, for this Braddle, instead of having something as, you know, some shaped wood like that, I'm going to use a lamb shank bone. Now, I've used the lamb shank bone on something on, I think, the second or third video I ever made, which is coming up to about 4 years ago now. I'm probably being a clever dick again by showing you edited stuff from 4 years ago. This time traveling stuff is amazing, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, back on. I'm going to use this spike with this handle to make a Braddle. So that's the idea. It's a double spike video, but first I have got to tidy up all of this. I've been chopping up bits of pallets, and I've got bits of all that. I've gained all this. You know, when you do stuff like that, you gain materials, but you also gain mess. I've lost my table. I must regain it. So I'm going to start with the desk thing to put the receipts on, and for its base I have some leftovers of these mixtures of these blanks are made up of lots of different scrap bits of hardwood, plywood, blah blah blah, all glued together, and I chopped it all up. I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do some more time travelling now, show you an edit of some frames I made over a year ago out of these things. Yep, you can see them right there. God, this time travel's amazing, isn't it? And these bits, bam, we're back. And I'm going to use a couple of these because I think they look great. Square them up, maybe stick 2 or 3 together to make the base, because the base does have to be heavy enough for the spike not to fall over and stab you to death. The hardwood bits, they're quite heavy. Got some bits like that. So yeah, so let's take them out and let's have a look. That's pretty, that's not so good, that one. This one I like, this one I really like. I like this one. I do like this one. Well, that's the opposite of that. Well, there's a funny thing. I could do an opposite sort of thing, couldn't I? And maybe something a little bit. I like the patchwork of that one. Yeah, that's a good one. I like how the size of that. Good. Perhaps. One thing I really like, I love this stuff here. That one there, that one there, that one there. I might mix those 4 together. And these I'm going to go back under the desk over there, and it'll probably get used again in some project in another 10 bloody years time, where I'll do another fancy thing where I do flip some editing around. Hey ho. So yeah, I'm going to make a base out of these for the desk bike. Now there's probably a reason, you're thinking, what is the reason of him staggering the pieces like that and not just fixing it all up in one square? The reason for that is, once it's dry, I'm going to get my handsaw and I'm going to cut off the overhanging pieces, there, until it will be a certain kind of square. Then after that I'll stick it on the sander and just make it sort of square. I'm not going for square, I like sort of square is enough, you know, as long as it's not a triangle, because I'm not in the mood for triangles. Yeah, so that's the bit of that done. The next thing I have to do is, for the second project, I have to choose out of which bones I use. That's going to be the one. Why? It just feels better in my hands, more workable. Yeah, that's the one. So the next step, I think, before I start messing with the rod, I'm going to fix it to the handle. Why? Because it gives me something to hold when I'm working with it, whereas without, it's really thin and, you know, not much to hold on to. So this is going to go in there. And how am I going to fix it? The only real fixing, I think, is epoxy. Pour epoxy in, sloop it in, wedge it vertical somehow, leave it, we're done. Yeah, they're still drying up. It's a bit loose, so I'm going to have to make some kind of wedge to go inside the bone to hold it steady whilst the glue sets. You won't see the wedge in reality once it's all done, so that's what I need to do. Putting a bit of tape round won't do any harm either, just to save clearing up afterwards. Of course the tape will come off once I'm done. That'll help just to keep it tidy, I suppose, God knows. Well, I've got a bit of wedge. Let's put this back in the vise. I'll do also, might as well begin the process, eh? And there we have the spike fitted. Of course, this is 24 hours later. What I need to do now, I've got to obviously clean it up, but also have to decide on a length, because I don't need it that long. That's just a bit too Harry frigging Potter for me. But yeah, cut it about there or something, and I've got tidying up to do. But before I do that, I want to check out the blocks for the office spike. And they're glued up lovely. And like I said before, I now want to chop off the overhangs, which will give me sort of square-ish, remember square-ish, not square. And then I can decide what I'm going to do with it. So first thing first, cut off the overhangs. I have achieved my goal of sort of square, not square, but sort of square, and I'm happy with sort of. But I might take it a little bit further and make it even less regular, more irregular. Might chop a corner off here or there, slice a piece off. I mean, if you're going to make it ugly, make it proper ugly. I'm going to have a fiddle with a piece of paper, not paper, no, just a pencil. Draw an angle, chop it off. Let's have a look. So I'm going to slice these corners off, and that will expose all the other different bits and bobs that are already there, all very different, and that one's going to stay square. I think we'll start with one and just see how it goes. Yeah, hey. Yep. Time to clean those up, my boy. And I am happy with that. Is it a square? No, it's not. It's a hoobity-foobity flip by the looks of it. I've created a hoobity-foobity flip. Now back to reality. I need to put a hole from the top, almost all the way through, not all the way through, to fix the rod into, glue that in place, and then I'll oil the bejesus out of it because it'll look really nice then. Let us not forget about this one. The next step on this, I'm going to cut the spike. It does nowhere near, no, it's far too long. Cut that, then tidy up the rest. Aye, aye, aye. Let's put a spike on it.